Welcome to Elite Vision Sports Chat. And I want to take a special moment just to thank everybody for the engagement you had with my last video. It is completely appreciated, and I just want to show my gratitude for all the engagement to such a small channel. I'm very grateful. But I want to give this video, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and give some quick points on keys to victory for both teams, for the Fever and the Aces. With the Fever, they are a totally different team. Lexi Hull has replaced Katie Lou, and Lexi Hull is a much stronger defender. So I believe our defense is better, our speed is better, and our three-point shooting is better. And Caitlin has found her groove. I don't really believe when people say, oh, she was struggling in the beginning. She was still averaging around 17 points. If that's struggling, so be it, if you want to say that's struggling. But this is two totally different teams. If they lose by 19, again, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, they lost both games to the Aces by 19 points exactly. And like I said, Katie Lou was a starter over Lexi Hull. And I believe the X factor for the Fever is Lexi Hull, who can be a player that if Caitlin's not going or Kelsey Mitchell's not going, that if they're putting a lot of effort into stopping Caitlin, then we've seen what Hull can do. Oh, we remember that game where she hit 6 threes. She's had a couple games of around 20 points. Or she did have a game of 20 points. And she's been super efficient from behind the arc. So Hull is definitely an X factor. The other X factor is Fagbenle. I think she can use her length to really make Asia work. You know, she's probably going to get her 25 points or so, or more. She is a player who she's very good at using her length and size to score. She's very aware of her physical abilities. But we have, this time playing the Aces, we have a lot more size to throw at her with Boston, Dantas, Fagbenle. And if Fagbenle's back healthy, if she's able to, put out the performance, I know she can be a huge X factor for this team to win. We have to keep pushing the pace. Kelsey Plum is not the strongest defender. A lot of people want to talk about Caitlin, but Kelsey Plum isn't either. And if we can get Caitlin and get Kelsey going in transition, we can make it a long night for the Aces. Caitlin, she needs, and I'm sure she's going to do this, but she needs mentally to keep herself in the game and don't put too much added pressure on herself. I know she's probably thinking, hey, I'm possibly an MVP candidate, and Asia is the overwhelming MVP candidate. Don't get caught up in trying to be a hero in this game. Just keep doing what we've been doing the last 8 games. Keep your trust in all your other teammates, and just let the game come to you. And the last one, it kind of resonates with my last video. Probably one of Asia's worst games this season was against the Sky, where Cardoso blocked her 5 times and got her frustrated. She finished 8 of 28 from the field. We need to frustrate her and make her, if she's going to have a 20-point game, we at least got to make her be inefficient. And that's the keys to victory for the Fever. For the Aces, this first one is the same that Caitlin had. Don't get caught up in the MVP. That's for Caitlin and Asia. Don't try to be the hero. Don't go, for Wilson, don't go 8 of 28 from the field, because that could be a losing recipe against the Fever. Plum needs to get going. The very last game, when Plum scored 34, they just coasted to that win. Asia needs to not put everything on herself and Asia needs to make sure she doesn't think, if things are going to get done, I'm the one that's going to do it right. Because that is going to be a recipe for disaster against the Fever, especially how the Fever play now, because they incorporate a lot of weapons. I believe the Fever are really starting to click on all cylinders, so Asia needs to make sure she helps Kelsey get going and Jackie Young get going. My next one is kind of what I just said, the big three. Each of the last 2 games they played each other, the big three all had decent games. Asia had really good games, and Plum and Jackie Young, they were hovering around 20 as well. So they need to have scoring from all their big three, because the Fever, their offense can be up and down. Sometimes they get caught up in their half-court offense, which is sluggish and slow sometimes and stagnant. So if they can keep the pressure on the Fever, that's what the Aces need to do. This is a big one. The Fever, this is where the Fever excel, is in transition. The Aces have got to play magnificent transition D, because Caitlin loves making these full court passes, and she will kill you with those passes. So transition D, the Aces need to make sure they're playing it at their best. And that's all I have for you. Those are the keys to victory for each team. And enjoy the game. And until next time.